Welcome to the Richfield Concrete Podcast, where we break down everything you need to know about your concrete. Today, we're addressing one of the most common concerns people have: shrinkage cracks. Whether it's a new driveway, sidewalk, patio, garage floor, or stoop, many homeowners are surprised to see cracks forming within the first few weeks or months. At Richfield Concrete, we take extra steps to minimize these cracks by using control joints no more than 8 feet apart, the E5 internal cure admixture, and a water-to-cement ratio that is much lower than industry standards, made possible by the E5 admixture. Let's dive into what causes shrinkage cracks and how we work to control them. What are shrinkage cracks? Shrinkage cracks are hairline, surface-level cracks that appear as concrete cures and dries. This happens because as water evaporates from the mix, the concrete shrinks slightly. The American Concrete Institute, ACI 302-1R15, states that some degree of shrinkage cracking should be expected in any concrete slab, particularly in the early curing stages. These cracks are a natural part of the process and do not mean your concrete is defective. Now, while shrinkage cracks are normal, after the initial curing phase, they are often referred to as hairline cracks, fine, narrow cracks that may appear across the surface. They don't usually compromise the structural integrity of the concrete, but can be concerning to homeowners. That's why we take steps to control and reduce them. That's where control joints, the E5 internal cure admixture, and a low water-to-cement ratio comes in. How control joints help manage cracking. One of the best ways to manage hairline cracks is through control joints, intentional cuts in the concrete designed to encourage cracks to form in a planned location. Since shrinkage is inevitable, these joints create natural weak points where the concrete is most likely to crack in a controlled manner, rather than randomly across the surface. At Richfield Concrete, we go a step further than industry standards. While some companies space control joints 10 to 12 feet apart, we place ours no more than 8 feet apart. This helps improve the chances that any hairline cracking will follow the joints, making the concrete look more uniform over time. The Portland Cement Association, PCA, notes that closer joint spacing reduces the risk of uncontrolled cracking, especially in exterior slabs exposed to varying weather conditions. While no contractor can guarantee that all cracks will form exactly within the control joints, properly placed joints significantly improve the odds of keeping cracks in expected locations. The E5 internal cure admixture and water-to-cement ratio. Another key factor in reducing these hairline cracks is proper curing. That's why we use the E5 internal cure admixture in our concrete mix. Unlike traditional curing methods that rely on surface treatments, E5 works from the inside out by optimizing hydration throughout the entire slab. According to the National Ready Mixed Concrete Association, NRMCA, internal curing technologies like E5 help reduce shrinkage cracking by maintaining consistent moisture levels during hydration. This means less internal stress as the concrete dries, leading to fewer cracks and improved long-term durability. But one of the biggest advantages of using E5 is that it allows us to use a much lower water-to-cement ratio than industry standards, while still maintaining proper workability. Typically, lowering the water content in concrete makes it harder to work with and finish. However, because of E5, we can achieve a lower ratio without sacrificing workability or hydration efficiency. The amount of water in the mix directly affects shrinkage. If there's too much water, the concrete will shrink more as it dries, increasing the likelihood of cracks. If there's too little water, the mix becomes difficult to work with and may not cure properly. Thanks to E5, we strike the perfect balance, keeping the mix easy to finish while significantly reducing shrinkage-related cracking. What homeowners can expect. Now, even with the best practices in place, some minor hairline cracks may still appear. But the key thing to remember is that they are cosmetic and do not affect the long-term strength of your concrete. If a crack does widen beyond a hairline fracture, applying a polyurethane crack filler can prevent moisture from getting in. But in most cases, these minor cracks won't impact performance and are simply part of the natural curing process. Final thoughts? To wrap up, hairline cracks are a natural part of concrete curing. But at Richfield Concrete, we take extra measures to minimize them as much as possible. By placing control joints no more than 8 feet apart, using the E5 internal cure admixture, and maintaining a much lower water-to-cement ratio than industry standards, thanks to E5, we can help ensure a smoother, stronger surface with fewer visible cracks. While no concrete slab will ever be 100% crack-free, understanding why shrinkage cracks happen and how we control them can help set realistic expectations for homeowners. At Richfield Concrete, we follow the best industry practices to ensure your concrete is built to last. Thanks for listening to episode 2 of the Richfield Concrete podcast. If you have questions about your concrete, don't hesitate to reach out. Until next time, take care of your concrete.